The boy's hands trembled as he lifted the lid of the small metal lunchbox. Inside lay half a sandwich and a small apple, his only meal of the day. He sat on the edge of a broken wooden bench beside the roadside, the evening sun painting long golden shadows across the dusty street of his neighborhood. Before I tell you what happened next, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Valley. And tell me where you're watching from. He was just 12, dark-skinned, thin, his school uniform faded but neatly pressed. His name was Malik. He lived with his mother in a small wooden shack at the edge of town. She worked long hours cleaning offices, and this lunchbox was her daily gift, a small piece of love wrapped in foil. As Malik unwrapped the sandwich, a shadow fell over him. Across the street, an old couple sat near a grocery store, struggling to stand. Their clothes were worn, their faces pale from hunger and exhaustion. The man tried to hold his wife's hand steady as she coughed, her eyes fixed on the trash can beside her, as if she were hoping to find something inside. Malik froze. His stomach growled, but his heart did something louder. He looked at his meal, then at them. For a moment he hesitated, just a boy torn between need and kindness. Then without another thought, he closed the lunchbox, stood up, and crossed the street. "Excuse me, ma'am," he said softly. "You can have this. My mom made it." The woman's eyes widened. "But you need this more than us," he smiled, shy, gentle, and brave. "No, ma'am. I've already eaten." He hadn't. The old man's eyes glistened. "God bless you, son." Malik placed the lunchbox in their hands, bowed slightly, and walked away before they could see the tears forming in his eyes. He didn't look back. That night he went to bed hungry. His mother asked if he'd eaten, and he simply nodded. "Yes, Mama, I'm fine." She smiled, not knowing her son had chosen someone else's hunger over his own. The next morning, as the first rays of sunlight crept into their small home, a loud knock echoed on the door. Malik jumped up, startled. His mother opened it cautiously and froze. Outside stood a tall man in a dark suit, his car gleaming behind him. He looked out of place in the dusty neighborhood. In his hand, he held the same metal lunchbox Malik had given away. "Is this where Malik lives?" the man asked in a deep, steady voice. Malik stepped forward nervously. "Yes, sir." "That's me." The man knelt down slightly, his eyes kind but searching. "You gave this lunchbox yesterday to an elderly couple near the grocery store, didn't you?" Malik's mother looked at him in shock. "Malik, is that true?" He nodded slowly. "They were hungry." The man smiled, a slow, emotional smile that carried more than words could. "That couple. They're my parents." Silence filled the small room. The man continued, his voice trembling slightly. "They went for a walk yesterday and got lost. Their car broke down. Nobody helped them. Everyone just passed by, but you gave them food when you had nothing yourself." Malik's mother's eyes filled with tears. She placed a trembling hand on her son's shoulder. The man took a deep breath and stood tall again. "My name is Mr. Anderson. I'm the owner of Anderson Industries." His gaze softened. "And I came here because kindness like yours deserves to be honored." He turned to his driver and nodded. The driver opened the trunk, revealing bags of groceries, new clothes, and a small envelope. Mr. Anderson handed the envelope to Malik's mother. "Inside is something to help you and your boy. But more than that, I want Malik to go to school and properly. I'll take care of his education." "All of it," Malik froze. "Sir, I didn't do it for money." The man knelt again, his voice gentle. "That's exactly why you deserve it." The old couple, now clean and smiling, stepped out of the car. The woman opened her arms. "Come here, my boy." Malik ran to her and she hugged him tightly, whispering, "You reminded us that the world still has good hearts." The camera of life seemed to hold that moment still, sunlight pouring through the doorway. A boy wrapped in the arms of those he helped, his mother standing proud with tears on her cheeks, and the millionaire silently watching, humbled by a child's simple act. Days passed. Malik returned to school with new books and shoes, but his soul stayed the same. Humble, grateful, unchanged by wealth. Sometimes he'd still sit on that same bench and share his lunch with whoever needed it more. And every now and then, Mr. Anderson would visit, not as a benefactor, but as a friend. The man who once lived behind glass towers had learned the truest kind of wealth. Compassion. Kindness had done what money never could. It had healed hearts, Real richness isn't measured by what we keep. It's revealed by what we give when we have the least to spare. If this story moved you, like, comment, share your Kindness Valley thoughts below. Subscribe for more untold stories.